2026 Commissioners Meeting. First, we've got Brad Rainey with the Harvest Community Church to lead us in prayer. Good morning.
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, Lord, we come before you today and we give you thanks first and foremost for your Son, Jesus Christ. Through him we have fellowship one with another as brothers and sisters. And Lord, as we come here today and as these proceedings begin, Lord, we ask that your Holy Spirit would fall on these men and these ladies in this room today. Lord, as they serve our community, I pray that you would fill them with wisdom and discernment, Father, and just bless them in the service that they provide for us. I don't know of any greater thing we can do to show our love than to serve our fellow men. And so I thank you for these men and women. I ask you to bless them today in their proceedings. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
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 Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we've got the meeting minutes from 1/13 of 2026.
Yep. I did not see any changes.
I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
Motion moved by Commissioner Gabhart. I'll second it. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 2-0. Next, we've got the highway with Chris. Morning, Chris. This morning, we did have a highway meeting, and we just talked about some future road work, some different projects on that.
Let's move to the LPA vouchers first, because I got a lot of stuff. I'll keep it short. So I got 2 LPA vouchers. One is for preliminary engineering intersection improvements at the roundabout on Oak US 50. Total is $29,198.02 with a 90% reimbursable at $26,278.22. The other was construction engineering, the bridge over Culvert Ditch on Old US Highway 50, and it was the total of $547.83, 80% reimbursable at $438.26. So I'll present them for signatures, commissioners.
I'll entertain a motion to pay the 2 LPA vouchers, one for $547.83 and the other for $29,138.02.
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Gabhart. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 2-0.
Okay, then the next thing I want to get taken care of, which it was our CCMG 2026 -1 award. We had to do some, Casey had to bail me out and get you guys to do some DocuSign on it. So basically it's the award that we was awarded to do that. We agreed to it, but I had some paperwork that I didn't get you guys to sign or acknowledge in the public meeting. So we do have the signatures. I don't know how to go about it. You guys just gotta pretend you sign them again.
Okay.
Sometimes this happens where we've got something that has to be done quickly, and then we'll run it through a meeting, the next meeting we've got.
Yeah. So we've got the signatures, but I guess we're supposed to get official approval of the documentations from you guys.
Yeah, so moved.
Okay, motion by Commissioner Gabhart. I'll second it. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 2-0.
And in the project updates, we are updating some speed limit signs and stuff in Ragglesville. This has kind of been an ongoing thing to do some studying and getting some feedback from LTAP and their traffic safety engineers and some recommendations on them about moving some signs around. I think this has probably been going on for a couple of years, and we've done a couple little things. So we are updating some signage there and lowering the speed limit around. There's another new school that popped up there, so that'd be a 25-mile-an-hour speed limit through there. A couple other things I'm going to present to the town of Campbellsburg and the town of Montgomery. There are interlocal agreements with us for some thoroughfares that the county currently uses. And we do a little maintenance work on there, and we got a yearly contract that's been going on probably 10 or 15 years. So with your guys' approval, I'll present them to them. We haven't changed anything. The Campbellsburg is $2,000 for approximately 0.51 miles. And that's on the Campbellsburg Road. And the Montgomery is approximately 0.49 miles for $1,200.
It's like an interlocal.
The interlocal agreement with them.
Entertain a motion to approve the interlocal
Yeah,
agreement.
so moved.
Motion moved by Commissioner Gabhart. I'll second it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 2-0.
And I got my official closeout letters for the CCNG for 2025-2 and 2020, or 2025-1 and 2024-2. So them two projects are officially closed out from the paving that we did with NDOT, and that's a big thing. If you don't have your previous ones closed out, you can't apply for new grants. Also, I've got a contractor's bid for Public Works that we've already agreed to, but we didn't have the documentation to get it signed. It was for Bridge 176, which is on County Road 700 East between County Road 400 North and 500 North. CLR was the low bid. We accepted their bid at the last commissioners meeting, but didn't get the Form 96 signed.
I'll entertain a motion to, with the CLR.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay,
we accepted it again and didn't
Yes.
do.
Right.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Commissioner Gabhart. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 2-0.
Yeah, sometimes things get going pretty fast, and there's a lot of different documentation that's required and a lot of different people that's involved in it. I've got two other things to be signed. They're from our farm lease, and I can't remember, Grant might have to help me. I think we opened them up and there was only one bid, so we accepted that bid at the last meeting, which the last meeting was canceled. But so I got farm lease number 1 and farm lease number 2 for the crops at the highway department. I need to get the actual lease agreement signed so then we can send it to the leasee and have our documentation for it. I don't know who I'm supposed to hand them to. Guys,
Mr.
change
President.
roles on me.
Yeah.
Need a motion or anything?
Yeah, so just a motion to complete that in accordance with the last meeting.
I'll entertain the motion for the farm lease number 1 and farm lease number 2.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Gabhart. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 2-0.
And two other things. I think I've got 3 things total. I put out a RFP, or yeah, RFP, request for proposal. Yeah, our countywide bridge inspection was getting ready to come due again. So it'd be from the 2027 to 2030, I believe. I could probably look on here and find it. Yeah, 2027 to 2030 is going to be our next bridge inspection, countywide bridge inspection cycle. So we had to put a request for proposals out, and I've already did that with NDOT. They've already sent it out, so all the consultant companies will see that request, and they will send us LOIs, which is letters of interest, that they would be interested in doing our countywide bridge inspection. So I had to advertise for that, and I think it's due back to us March 30th. And so with all the LOIs that we have, we've got a scoring committee made up of the highway department, and we generally ask the president of the commissioners to be part of the scoring committee, and we'll take all the different LOIs and we'll score them based on basically their workmanship, and from there we'll pick who we want to do our next cycle of countywide bridge inspections. So that's been advertised. That'll be coming next month, and we'll do that. Then another part of the countywide bridge inspection is NDOT had changed some requirements for bridge inspection. One of them happened to be the rail cars that we're replacing. They've required them to get inspected more often. So this past year, they've raised it. I think it's $29,000. I probably have it somewhere. Yeah, $29,500. So our countywide bridge inspection for whatever cycle year it was, 23 to 26, our initial contract was to not exceed $403,000. But now this supplemental agreement to do what was mandated by, I say NDOT, but by the Federal Highway Administration is going to be an additional $29,500. So the new total for the countywide bridge inspection will be $433,152, which that's the 80-20 match. So we're only required to match 20% of that. That $29,500 that increases, we're only required to match 20% of that. Our current countywide bridge inspection company is SJCA. They've sent me the supplemental agreement, and I've sent it to NDOT. So NDOT will read that, and then once they agree to it or not agree to it, then it comes back to us, and then the commissioners sign it. So it's kind of a, it's got to go to NDOT first, and they agree to the amount, what's being done, and then we get to sign it. And so we don't really have any say in the countywide bridge inspection. This is all mandated by the federal government, and I mean, they're paying probably $320-some thousand towards this. So they can mandate it as long as they keep sending the checks, I guess. But, so I've got that sent out, and when we get it, then I will have to do probably an additional agreement, and Misty might know that too, whatever it is, that stuff I got signed for, what is it, for contracting. It's our inner paper. So I'll give you guys that work. I can't think of anything. Seems like it's been forever since we've had a meeting.
A month.
It's our summary, our grant summary. So I'll have to do all that stuff, and then it'll raise that, and then you guys have to make a motion to approve what we have no choice to approve. So that's that. Then the last two things, and I can't remember one of them. The snow days. So the courthouse was closed Monday and Tuesday, and the county still worked. Typically in the past, it's always been policy of the county is closed and the highway department employees work. They get a floating day for the day that they work. So that would be what was that, the 25th and 26th, Monday and Tuesday. And I think the last time we talked about it was we wasn't giving them actual hours, as opposed to it's intended to be a day off. So you're getting a float day. If we was on the courthouse was off 8 hours, they were getting an 8-hour day. So I would propose that to see if we can get that to the employees.
Yeah, of course.
I'll entertain a motion to give the county employees two float days.
2 float days. I'll make that motion.
Motion by Commissioner Gabhart. I will second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 2-0.
And then I know there's one other thing, but I'll catch up with that later. But I would say we used about, I think we used 1,400, almost 1,500 ton of salt sand mix in this storm that we did. And the first day we actually really didn't put much salt sand down. It wasn't going to do any good. But our old salt sand building, just to kind of justify our new building again, our old salt sand building only held 1,500 ton of material. So just with this one storm, if we was storing out of our old salt sand building, just for 1 week, we would have been out of material. And you can't get salt in the middle of a storm. And everybody else wants it the same time that you get it. So I don't have the hours worked and all the total costs that you'd be looking for. It wasn't cheap, but we did spend some time and got 1,400, 1,500 ton of material down.
Chris, seeing you guys with 15, 16 inches of snow, you guys did an amazing job on it. I actually went out, you guys started, Sunday at 5 a.m.?
Yeah.
I came out, and they struggled a little bit at first. They had so much snow, they couldn't see where the roads were when it was dark, but then after it kind of lightened up, it was a lot better. But
Yeah.
kind of driving around, you guys did an amazing job on that, did a really good job.
Yeah. Yeah, and I sent a message out to the council as well, because we make these decisions and we move on to the next crises. But it was important to look back and see this facility actually in use and having all your equipment centralized and just how more efficient it was. And
Yeah, I think this was,
great.
last year we had the cold weather for a long time, for like 3 weeks of cold weather. We would have ran out of salt and sand if we were still going out of our old shop. And then this year now with this storm was the same thing. So it was good timing. And then this was the first year really, we got several compliments from people calling in, and that don't typically happen for us. Usually people call in about the negative stuff, but I thought we did good. I thought the guys did good, and really, if you just turn them loose and don't restrict them and let them do what they're capable of doing, that worked. I mean, somebody listening to this meeting or something, I'm sure anybody can point outside right in front of their house and say that wasn't done good enough, or that could have been done better. And then there's people that can point outside their house and said that was done really well or too well, But overall, when you take the whole county into consideration, I think they did a really good job. So I think that's all I've got. I'm sorry, I was kind of a mess today.
Oh, you
I had
did
a long meeting this morning. It was didn't get prepared.
Yeah, so did we.
All right.
Okay.
Good luck, Chris.
Yeah, I'll leave you alone. I gotta go to the health department.
Hey, don't be bothering the work over there. The helpers.
Yeah.
See you, Chris.
All right, next up, we got Sheriff Allison with the Sheriff 2025 year report. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah. We could have had that meeting. This was the only thing on the meeting for the last
Right,
time,
yeah.
so. Our total complaints was 7,363 for 2025. The mileage was about the same as always. We're actually down 2,000 miles, which is kind of surprising with all the juveniles we've had to drive all over the place. We investigated 576 accidents. 97 people were injured in those, 6 fatalities, and 13 drug and alcohol related. Not many handguns processed. Civil process was up about 200 sets of papers, 2,105. 546 warrants were issued, 413 were cleared, 13 sheriff's sales. So that's that side. We'll get over to the over to the jail. We can hold up to 265. Our population currently is down around 131, I believe. So see how that works out. We did book in 821 people in 2025, which is down quite a bit actually. And I don't know why. We'll see if that trend continues. That was kind of surprising. Our jail population is going down. Superior Court and the courts are working hard on getting people through the system. So that's our days of holding people 5 or 6 years are hopefully over. And then you get to population by demographics, misdemeanor arrest. We had no fatalities in the jail, no escapes. We did serve 173,786 meals. And the work release, right now we just have male work release. The female cell is being used for a juvenile that's been tried as an adult. He still has to be kept separated from adults until he turns 18, which will be for a little bit.
So we no longer have to send them to a youth. youth center.
Oh, yeah, well, this one's special. This one used a firearm in commission of its act, so
Okay. Where do we send the youths to now?
all
All over?
over.
Okay.
Dearborn County, Johnson County, Indianapolis,
Okay.
Vigo.
Okay.
We still have a lot of jail programming and our volunteer chaplain comes to the jail, visitations there, transports again, for jail transports, that's a lot. And our road crew is still putting in a lot of hours. 1,302 and 25, and then the female road crew, a lot of what they do is they help out at the animal shelter out there, and then they plant flowers, and they do different things as well. So they was up to 1,079 and a half hours. We had 322 disciplinary hearings with inmates. There's 365 days in a year, so just about every day we're having some disciplinary issue with our inmates that we have to address. Jail staff are okay. I'm hoping to hire a deputy this week. I did on our commissary, I think I forwarded you that contract last night, yesterday evening. The FCC has come out with a ruling on that, and then CPC is gonna have to, they were initially going to do it in April of 27, they bumped that up to April of 26. So what we take into commissary is gonna go down, off of those funds.
Sounds good. Any questions, Commissioner Graham?
That's good. No, thank you.
Thanks.
Fine, if you guys accept that as a report, you need a motion, maybe?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll entertain a motion to accept the year-end jail report. Or I'll make the motion, sorry.
Motion by Commissioner Gabhart. I will second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 2-0. Sorry, I didn't do
Good. All good.
that. Next up, we have Community Corrections land lease. The way I understand that, we own the building, but not the property. And this is just an addition, 3-year period lease agreement with Ron Seal. I'll second it. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 2-0. Next up, we got 2026 summary plan description from the UMR for approval. You're up. How you doing this morning?
This is the short conversation, the longer one comes next.
Okay.
Yes, that UMR guide was printed and sent to Jen and to us, and both of us have looked over it. We agree with it. It's got very good information for the employees, and I really like the back cover that lists all the phone numbers where you can reach the different department that you want to contact. But it's the same benefit, I think, Nathan, that you've agreed to leave everything the same.
Yeah, I believe so. There was no changes that I was aware of.
That's the way I understood it, so it appears the county's locked in for another year, and the employees ought to be thankful and grateful that nothing is changing on their end.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Gabhart. I will second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 2-0.
Very, very seldom you get a no increase on it.
That's good.
Still up.
Yep. You're still up.
This will be the long conversation. You want to change it around? If we had a short deal, or would we go ahead and go forward?
Oh, we'll just stay in order. Yeah, we'll just stay in order.
Okay. Gosh darn it. I'll go through this fairly quickly. However, TC I thought was going to be here today, so some of this information I put on the brochures, but it might be a good update for, I know Nathan knows, but Mike, I really haven't extended out to you some of the benefits that I'm actually part of Acrisure and have been for about 4.5 years, and I don't think I've conveyed well enough the opportunities that that broker has for us as an agent, and that's why I've got this Insurance Journal. Okay, I just want to point out, we'll get through this really quick. Go to page, this is an independent insurance journal, okay? This has nothing to do with any particular insurance company. They ranked the top 100 independent insurance agencies. And you'll see one is Allianz, 2 is Hub. Insurance Journal, yeah. And so if you look on page 3, you'll notice that Acrisure is the number 3rd largest P&C agency in the United States. So that's who I belong to, is Acrisure, and they're the 3rd largest broker in the United States. Now, what that means to us as Paul Williams and our agency, the employees love it because now they have health insurance that they've never had before when it was me and Alan under Hoosier. They got 401ks, they got all kinds of benefits, and they actually let us hire an additional employee. So in our office here in Washington, we have me and Alan and 4 service reps to help changes, claims, because they consider service a very important factor. Like they said, they let us hire an additional staff. So if you call in, and I know you deal probably with Tricia most of the time, she's not there. We got Darren Steiner there to pick up. Both they were gone, I got 4 other people. And so our goal is to give you 100% service all the time, because when I go through some of this stuff, you're going to see that what's mainly important, losses are going to happen. It's how quickly we get them turned in, get them to an adjuster, and get them settled. That's all for this. Any questions on that? You can look through there and see all the different agencies and where they rank. But you're being represented by the 3rd largest broker in the United States, whatever that means. I put a couple more pages of propaganda in there, just showing that they represent all types of insurance: small, medium, large, work comp, professional, cyber. I'll move on. There's another page of propaganda. A page that really upsets me about this is you'll notice they put their name on the Steelers Stadium instead of the Colts Stadium. Kind of upset me about that.
That's not.
Who am I? Washington. Just give you the vast how big they are. Acrisure Stadium now in Pittsburgh. This page right here, a little more quick propaganda. I'm not going to go through it, but what I was trying to let mainly TC know, because he called me Saturday and said, "Hey, we might want a bigger broker." Like, TC, I don't think you understand. You're with the 3rd largest broker in the United States, and so, which I'll point out two other quick things. I still am a full-time employee, and I'm working, and I still plan on continue working. And TC called me on a Saturday. I answered Saturday, called him back within 15 minutes. I don't know when Nathan ever sleeps. I get freaking texts and emails from him all the time of the day and night and weekends, and hopefully I responded in a timely manner.
That's good. Yeah, thank you.
And, Mike, a little bit here and there, and Grant, anytime you needed me.
You're great, and I feel your pain about getting texts and calls.
Depends what time zone, depends what time zone he's in.
When you live in the private sector, you gotta get things done.
I get it. So this is just all the resources I have available to me. Not gonna go through it because it is extensive. Just wanted to let you know, these resources are available. I have made use of some of these resources that I didn't maybe compelled to tell you about it because they've been kind of like short meetings, so I get to it, point. But I have used Acrisure that you may not have even known about it. This last page here, the only thing I want you to look at here is again, lots of, second to last page where it says risk advisory.
Setting a work comp.
No, it says navigating today's risk. It's got guys, doesn't look anything like insurance agents, but here's what it looks like.
Yep.
And go to the second to last page, it looks like this.
Yep.
Okay.
Another thing I want to point out to you is that you'll go down to the industry-specific expertise. Go down there and it shows municipalities and government agencies. That
Yes.
So the only thing I'm pointing out is Acrisure has a specific division strictly for municipality and government entities. That's how big they are. They have specific industries that I've called upon. You didn't know about it, but I did. And so I'm just trying to explain to you the resources I have available to myself for your benefit, even though you didn't realize it. So, all right. Now we ready? More than ready? My first is workman's comp. Are you with me on that? Okay. And the second page is what is important to, or what you're interested about. See the different, see the page here that shows the premium? Yes? Okay. You got Mike?
Yep.
Okay. So as you'll notice, back in years before, we had IPEP. And IPEP went along, and then all of a sudden, they did have not such a good year. So they're going to take a pretty significant increase. Acrisure, so I called Acrisure's municipality department and said, who do we else have for workman's comp? They said, go check out West Bend. So I called West Bend. I actually drove to Indianapolis, met with the underwriter, brought the stuff, and he agreed that he would provide us, actually it was a she, provide us with a quote. So you can see that West Bend came in at 201 versus IPEP's 212. The other big thing that I did before I recommended a switch was made sure that West Bend would accept DCH as its primary carrier. And I know Nathan remembers this, where IPEP, we had an incident here that could have got settled here at DCH, and they sent them to Bloomington. They said, well, that's our preferred place of business. And under workman's comp, they can determine where to send the people. It was kind of a bad deal because then there was some, anyway, they had some rehab that had to go on, and so I did check. West Bend said, yes, we will use DCH. There were like, there were like 5, we'll say over $10,000 claims. I followed up on every one of them. DCH was the first place all those employees went. I'll let you know I did check on that to make sure they followed up with what they said they would do. The other thing West Bend does is, and too bad Jen's not here, they have a very good loss control representative. A fellow by the name of Phil Hawkins, and he's been around, been over here at the Sheriff's Department too, talking about workman's comp. I think you guys are real nice. They showed him through the jail, went through some accidents that happened, and hopefully they worked out, went to the county, all about that. We have some ideas that how we can help the mod. The mod is up, and we got to work on a way to get it down. According to Phil, it's just tough in counties. Almost every county he works with has above a 1, but we certainly could improve upon a 1.5. That would be our goal. For me and Phil, he's got some ideas. He's talked to Jen about it. We need to have a meeting to talk about ways we can reduce the bond. Now, the good news for the county, show these 2 pages real quick. So they originally came in at $215,000. See where I got an X there on the page? Okay, that's what they originally offered. I went back to the underwriter, who I can personally call the underwriter. Her name's Annika. I always think of Annika Skywalker, but anyway. Name's Annika, and I said, look, you know, Phil's been out there, we've been out, you know, talking, we've got ways we think we can reduce these claims. Can you give us a break? So even though the mod went up, she discounted the rate from 215.6 to 202. I mean, not a huge, but, you know, I figure any money I can get saved is what we can do. Didn't have to, but, you know, I like to try and get the best deal I can for the county. And she agreed that with the Phil coming out there and the responses that Phil got with Jennifer and the Sheriff's Department and the Highway Department, that she would give us a break. So, with that, nothing here. Any questions on workman's comp?
Well, I've said it for 11 years, so I'm not supposed to say it for 12. We spent $200,000 to pay $67,000. Like my 12th year in a row where the math is just so upside down, but I don't have any questions.
Then I would like to have a motion to agree to renew with West Bend at the revised.
I think we're
Okay, yeah. I'll entertain a motion to renew with West Bend.
Through Paul Williams.
Okay.
Just thought I'd throw that out there.
yeah, I'll make the motion to, yeah, so moved.
Motion by Commissioner Gabhart, I will second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 2-0.
This is an easy one. Next one on the paper clip is the coverage benefit for the reserve officers. Covered under workman's comp for med only. So the state came out and said, if you have a reserve officer, they have to have this coverage. It's $908 a year for the reserve officers. What this does is provide health insurance coverage. It looks like this.
Yep.
And you still have reserve officers, right? So
And this is something we currently have in place.
currently have in place, and it's mandatory,
So it's 908 total.
correct?
Okay.
For all the reserve officers for a year.
I'll entertain a motion for the coverage on the reserve officers.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Gabhart, I will second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 2-0.
Okay, my next is the Davis County package renewal. I know there's a lot here, but, you know, we're not like, was it Flow that says package everything, because it's better for us to find a specific company that does this risk. So that's why you got so many companies throughout the process. So, going back to this renewal comparison, we were with HCC for several years. Then HCC really jumped up the rates. We went to AmGuard. Now,
Is this for stop loss? Or what is this for?
package liability, This is for the sheriff's liability, the, your guys' liability.
Okay. Okay, I'm sorry, got it.
Okay. So, we switched from HCC to AmGuard, and I'll be honest with you, AmGuard is an Acrisure. I called Acrissure's municipal department and said, hey, can you help me? Where can I go? So they put together AmGuard. AmGuard did pretty good until had that big loss. When I knew we were gonna get hit. $800,000 a year. So, knew they were going to rack it to us, even though they had a good year the year before, but it's all about them. So what I did is I went out and contacted Bliss McKnight. Bliss McKnight is a Cole Williams find, not an Acrisure find. Because Acrisure, their best deal was the AmGuard. Went out with Bliss, and I was gonna be here. Anyway, I'll brag just a second that Bliss only takes about half of the counties that they get to look at. And I called the guy, he drove all the way to my office, we sat there and filled out 20 pages of applications. And I will say that Jen was very good. The Sheriff's Department was great on answering questions. The Highway Department, we sat there all day filling out apps. So when he went back to the underwriter, he said, Paul's got a great relationship with the county. That county seems to be working very well. If we insure this county, we'll be good. This will be a good one for us. So they did come out, and Bliss offered us a $229. That, however, somehow they missed charging for some vehicles, and I said, too late. I put it out in the commissioners meeting. This is what's going to be proposed, so they couldn't raise the rate. However, you'll see they kind of bumped it to next year. Then this year, which here's the claims. We did have a fair amount of claims this year, but I'll come back to this. If you'll notice this page, where their X is, that is where their original quote came in. So I went back and said, and I talked to Lisa. She's the underwriter. I know her personally. Well, I should say, but I deal with her. I can call her. She's the actual underwriter. I don't go through a broker. Talk to her. I talked to her direct. I said, look, Lisa. Yes, I understand the auto had some claims, and we'll get that to in a second. But the general liability was great. I mean, we had virtually no losses there. Why are you giving me a rate increase under the general liability? And so she looked at it again. She goes, well, there's been a lot of lawsuits in the police department. And I said, well, that's other places. We've been great at the police department. But don't hurt us because of other police departments not doing well. So she went back through there. She goes, well, I'm not giving you any credit on the auto. That wasn't so good. So anyway, she did. So that's the next page. Again, not a whole lot, but I got it from 284 to 277. And back to Nathan, I can't keep making phone calls every 10 minutes, as low as they would go. Well, just to let you know, I didn't stop at what they originally proposed me. It was the best price I had. I went back to Acrisure, and they looked at the proposal. I sent it to them. They said, we can't beat this. This is a good coverage price. The guy from Bliss said, he said he doesn't know of any counties our size that are paying under $300,000. We are. Compliment to everybody. The auto, that's most of this, back to this 109,000. Most of that was auto. One of it's kind of unfair because it's an uninsured motorist, which is so aggravating when we get hit by Sheriff's Department involved, we get hit, but they don't have insurance. So they have to file on us to collect the damages you know, it looked bad, but it's not as much as it could be if we take out the
Uninsured.
uninsured motorist. So. Okay, back, hey, Nathan, what you were asking, if you look at this section, this will give you what the Bliss's coverages are. It's the general liability, professional liability, wrongful employment practices, E&O, civil rights, which is the sheriff's department, and of course, E&O for the county council. Covered here. Any questions on?
I'll entertain a motion to approve the package renewal for 2026.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Gabhart. I will second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 2-0.
We are getting close to being done. Oh, I did want to mention too, I brought this, I don't know if you've looked at the jail inspection report. It is excellent. I mean, it is spot on good. It's spot on great. And this is one of the cases while Bliss was able to accept us and gives us good rates. We're a county that pays under this report. Very good. So, very good job. Except on some other things. We'll get to that in a minute. No, we need to get together on some work comp, how to minimize some of that, but discussion for another day. All right, so now we're on property. This one's actually a good news. Not good enough for Nathan, I'm sure, but it's good news.
So it's a bargain.
If you look at the property premium comparisons. Okay. So last year, we're at 93,000. I did get a quote from Cincinnati, but they turned out to be a little higher. Plus, they don't offer the earthquake and flood that Chubb throws in. And I have to be honest with you, on Chubb, that is an Acrisure help. I mean, I went to them to find property, because Bliss, who does your liability, does not do property. So I went to them and said, okay, who's our best deal? So they helped me with Chubb. Now, Acrisure, just to give you an idea, Acrisure writes $400 million to Chubb. So, Paul Williams, not so much. Acrisure, $400 million. So they bring in Chubb. Chubb's a good company, and they got good coverages. You can see that it go to the 93,000, and that was on 68 million. Go across to the other end, we up to 69 million. It says 70, and the price went down. 89 versus 93, $4 grand. But we increased the value too. Now, I just want to remind you, you got a $50,000 deductible. That's what you went to last year, so that's what I quoted again this year.
Real quick, you're talking about, would be page 4, Chubb 2026 premium 89,389, and Chubb 2025 was 93,884.
Correct.
Okay.
Very good. But you are at two things on this. You're at a $50,000 deductible, which I had a quote for 25, but you bumped it to 50 last year. Besides that, you have a 1% wind hail deductible. How that affects you, and we talked about this last year, Affects 3 buildings. Look for this page here. Affects 3 buildings. I want to make you aware of that. If you take 1% of 23 million, that's a 237,000 deductible for wind hail. If you take the government, where we're at 12 million, that's a $120,000 deductible. And then the jail, 22 million, so that's $228,000 deductible. Just making you aware of that. I want to make. Now, you can buy back the wind hail deductible and make it 50,000 for all 3 buildings. Of course, there's a cost. That cost is $28,000. Get all 3 buildings, got a $50,000 deductible versus the 2 and the 1 and the 2. That 4, 5, 550,000 of exposure over $20,000 premium. We talked about this last year, and we determined that buildings were sturdy, strong, newer, and that it would take a massive. Just wanted to bring it up again so that we're all aware where we're at. Discussion on.
No, I would not buy the premium down.
What's that?
I would not buy it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't think we do the premium either.
The other thing I wanted to bring up our own property is, and I put this in your packet, this is your statement of values. So I think last year, Nathan, you asked, what are we insuring the buildings for? So I put together the statement of values for you.
Is that in the same, okay, I don't see, oh, here it is. Right there? Yeah.
Now, what you're gonna see, going down through, and I don't, just reminding the commissioners, you are insuring the airport hangars. Okay, I just wanted to point that out. There was a discussion about that. I don't know how you're handling that, but there's, if you can, it's right below the jail, that list right there. I don't think I marked it on your paper, but where it says 1728, 250 North.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, we can make a note to reach out to Erica. Just want to make sure we don't have duplicate coverage on the airport properties.
You got 11 hangars out there covered. Just, again, wanted to make you aware of what's there. And then storage building, the landfill. What's good about this policy, however, is we come up with these building values, the insurance company comes up with building values. Somehow their building values are always higher, but I have this on a blanket. So let's say we've got one of the landfill building insured for $383,000. If it costs $600,000 to replace that building, we'll pay the $600,000.
Go back to that, to the hangars. I know in the leases, they expect people to carry insurance and add, I believe they require them to add the DCY as an additional insured. So really, I mean,
That's only protecting you if they cause a peril, like a fire or something like that.
my only point is maybe we push it over to DCY for them to sort out how it needs to be done, unless you think it needs to stay this way.
No, I mean, that's up to the airport, or it's actually up to you guys, how you want to do it.
Yeah, we need to reach out first. Let's see where we're at with Erica and see what they have insured, and then we'll see how the budgets work, and then who covers. It's all about math, which is the cheaper way to do it. So let's just see maybe where we're at. Okay. No, appreciate that.
And if you need a breakdown of what that cost is for those hangars, let me know.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Break out what they cost.
We know what they cost. We just built one.
I mean, as far as the insurance
Oh,
costs.
the insurance, yeah, we will. Let's see what Erica comes up with
Okay.
first, yeah.
I'll table it till we talk to Erica, or?
I'd go ahead and make the motion.
Okay.
Just so, because I think 3/1's the renewal date, so I'd rather have twice than zero.
Entertain a motion to approve the property renewal for 2026.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Gabhart, I will second it. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 2-0.
Last item. This is the cyber. You started out in '24, not here right now, but started out in '24 with $1,025,000 deductible at 22.6. Yep. Then '25 got to be a little better because Coalition and Dale worked together to upgrade some security systems, and so they were able to reduce the premium down to 18.6. Then this year, more improvements were made. Coalition felt more comfortable about, because what Coalition does, they'll send out, see if they can get through your system. They try and do it, and if they can't, then they're like, good. So this year, we're at 15.6. I've got a couple options in here for you to think about. Coalition will offer $1 million at a $5,000 deductible versus $25,000 deductible. You can see it costs a couple grand more, but you're at a 20,000 advantage on the deductible. Or I was offering you $2 million of cyber coverage, 19, or $2 million with a 5,000 at 22. Questions on what your thoughts are on the?
Yeah, but my thought would be we keep it as is. and
keep it as
we have
is,
cash
yeah.
on hand, so the higher.
And right now, we're at the 1 million with the 25,000 deductible, correct?
I would,
I don't think
I'm
with
just
that
throwing out
economy.
my insurance opinion is that I would almost take it down to the 5,000 deductible, because it gets them involved. Well, they'll be involved regardless. It's just, there's just so much cyber going on right now. Crazy, but, I mean, it's still less than last year. I'm just throwing out suggestions.
Sure, no, we appreciate that.
I'll entertain a motion to keep it the same on the cyber renewal for 2026.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Gabhart, I will second. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 2-0.
That's the one.
That's correct, yes.
Okay, that concludes that. I just want to throw out one more. You know, also I'm giving you is paper. That's all you have right now is paper. It's when you have a loss is when, you know, the determination is, did we get the right coverage, and is the response going to be there? And just like to throw out that I felt like we've done a pretty good job of the claim. I know Gary sends me all kinds of stuff, sometimes on paper. But the jail people do, they write it out. But we always, and again, encourage the county, regardless of what department, what it is, send the claim in immediately. Let us file it and see where it goes. Any questions?
No, thank you.
Great to ask.
Appreciate it.
We did already talk about number 7, didn't we? Yeah.
Yeah, he did talk, he talked. Okay, next up, we've got the GIS ditches and drains. This is for a layer for our GIS maps. It is an invoice of $7,000. Add on to that,
No, I mean, the only thing I can recall.
add on to that.
No, I mean, the only thing I can recall is that this will help with levying the taxes on the ditches and all the assessment. And
Just another
Who
layer of
pays
the
what?
maps that'll show all the drains.
yeah, this is necessary information that you need to manage it better. Yeah.
I'll entertain a motion to approve this, the GIS layer map.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Gabhart. I will second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 2-0. Next, we got the dispatch Motorola update with Julie Riker. Is she awake?
Very patient.
At the end of last year, I had came to get a contract approved to do, with Crossroads, GIS services to update our GIS data for our CAD system. We have learned that our server is out of date and some licensing needs updated. This is our second quote that we got, and this is substantially cheaper. The other quote that we got for it was like $25,000. And so this is the probably one and only time that Motorola is cheaper than anybody else. So I've talked with Dale. He is good with it. This is what we need to get going.
Okay.
So
Okay, sounds good. Anything else?
No, as long as Dale's involved, because, you know,
Yes.
we passed that new ordinance or resolution or whatever we call it. Any IT updates need to go through Dale, so, and as we go forward, we'll continue to bake that process out to, I don't want to get it too paperish.
Right.
But if you talk to Dale, I trust that, and if he's comfortable with it, then
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve the contract with Motorola.
it's so moved.
Motion by Commissioner Gabhart. I will second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 2-0. Thanks,
Thank you.
Julie.
Thank you.
Next up, we got the board appointments. Leslie Heshelman to go to the Visitors Bureau. Anybody here to talk about that? No?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think she volunteered.
Yeah, I think she
Or
volunteered.
or some whatever it's called.
Yeah, I think she has a lot of, knows a lot of people in the northern part of the county, and I think she'd be great on that, so.
No, I will make a motion to appoint her to the Visitors Bureau and to replace Debbie Goodwin.
Motion by Commissioner Gabhart. I will second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 2-0. Next, we got the Jeremy Tooley resignation letter from the county BZA to the
Peterborough.
Peterborough
Just say property tax. you know.
property tax, yeah. Any comment on that?
So yeah, we had appointed Jeremy Tooley to the city BZA, and then unbeknownst to us, we got an email back saying he could not serve on both. So that was a couple of weeks ago. So the city needs official resignation in order to officially appoint him to the city BZA board. So this is just ties that process out, and then we'll have to find a new appointment for the county BZA in the Peterborough. So
Entertain a motion to accept his letter.
I will make that motion.
Motion by Commissioner Gabhart. I will second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 2-0.
And then I did ask Grant and Jeremy and Crystal, she's here today, if you have any recommendations. I know a name was given to us. That's all I've heard so far. So if you hear anything, sounds good. So we'll just be on standby, and then
From what I understand, you was kind of taken by surprise on this just a little bit, which this is all real new information for us too, so, yeah, yeah. Okay. That's it. Anybody else have anything from the audience? No? I'll entertain a motion to pay payroll, claims, and adjourn the meeting.
so moved.
Motion by Commissioner Gabhart, I will second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion passes 2-0.